Hello, this is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the El Paso County Criminal Justice Center.
I'm very like fashion. 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 I'm very like fashion.
These ninjas keep coming in my room and they force me to braid my hair and join the Mexican Mafia, but I don't want to be in there, but they have me put my hair in like 1,000 braids and they wouldn't leave my room. So,
we live the life.
I ate 2 bags of Jolly Ranchers. Okay, bye.
Okay, hey you guys. All right, so before we there's Allie. Oh crap, hold on. Okay. I don't think I have the right one. Hold on a second. Yeah, I do. I don't know why I didn't keep it where it was. This is very disappointing. I have to find where we were. Hold on, you guys. Give me just a second.
I am I'll have like about 30 seconds of crappy signal. So 1 sec.
Okay. All right, that's close enough. All right. So before I do that, I just want to say thank you to Lisa. Thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you, Honey, for being a member for 2 months. And thank you, Shauna, for being a member for 3 months. And while we wait for Allie and me, just really quick, let me play this for the welcome message for members. Here we go.
Gossip, blah, blah.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it. No malicious.
We all do a little mad sometimes.
so now I'm ready to get us right over to the Big Crumbs. Thank you so much, babe. I appreciate that. Thank you. That was so generous of you. All right, hang on. All right, now let me get us over here. Let me turn the closed captions on. I'm going to go ahead and just start. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oof, I'm really being tested today with this first frame. I'm not going to make it, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start it because I know Allie is like bouncing in and out with her signal or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and start it because I don't remember exactly where it is. And for whatever reason, it didn't save. But Allie, look where we're paused. Whew. All right. So here we go. Teacup, thank you so much for gifting a membership. I will. That's so sweet of you guys, all of you. Really, thank you so much. And Big Crumbs, that was so generous, babe. Thank you so much. And I will play the membership video again after this call, okay? Because I kind of dig that membership video. I wanted to do something else, but I like the way it turned out. All right, here we go. I'm gonna push play.
Finally.
Yeah, so I tried something different. I shut off my Wi-Fi and I just have it streaming on the data. I was like, I wonder if that'll work, and it worked.
Oh, so maybe your Wi-Fi was like going crazy or something.
Yeah, and I've noticed too, because I usually take the calls in my. I've noticed the Wi-Fi signal in there is really low, so I came into my girls' room, which is like the opposite side of the house, but it worked.
Yeah. Oh man, because I was like, well, somebody got released, and I was like, it's ringing, hurry up! And the girl was taking her time. I'm like, go.
Well, I was like waiting, and I was like, it said waiting for participant to join, and I'm like, okay, that's good at least. And then it was like,
I know, right?
Allow access to
That's a good sign.
the microphone. I'm like, we're getting further now.
Yeah, like that's a good sign.
How's your morning?
It's alright. I didn't sleep too well. Just craziness going through my brain. Probably alright. I think. I don't know. I've been having like all these like crazy things where these people come to visit and they tell me stuff that's like going on, but I don't know if it's like really going on.
Yeah.
Because every time I ask somebody like, is that really going on? They just be looking at me like, like you're doing.
What was talking about?
I think it
like
froze.
we are all
Oh, no,
doing.
hold on.
Oh, there we go. That's what happened. It was crazy. It was weird. Your phone froze at that moment, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like you're doing.
Last night.
Do what
The
now?
stuff you're telling me about last night. The people.
Yeah. It's just, well, and then last night, okay, so I had to wait because I was supposed to have a talk with E yesterday, but then I had to wait because they moved somebody because, they'd be trying to figure it out. They can't, so they'd be stuck in my flow. So they moved somebody, so I had to wait till that person came on their timeout so they could come in another room. So they called, people were like, I think they had the deputies like looking at the toilets and stuff, and I was just laughing because you don't even have to talk in the toilet anymore. You can use the sink. You could use the sink and you can use the windowsill.
How does that work? Because like my dad told me the same thing. Because he's worked at a prison for like 17 or 18 years now, so he's told the same stories. But I don't get how it works. Is it just like the tunnels or the piping or?
Yeah. So okay. So like if you're using the toilet, which now that I know how to use the sink, I don't need the toilet anymore. But so like if you use the toilet, you just pop the toilet and then all the water comes out. You just stand on it and pop it, and all the water comes out. Not stand, like just stand up and down, and like all the water comes out, and then you make a phone. So we call them like our iPhones, and they're like these long phones. You just put them in the hole, and like it just goes all the way up and around. And we even figured it out where it's not even the people on your line now. Like you can hear people like that are like anywhere in this board now, because what everybody was doing, like you figured it out. The better phone you made, the longer. So then one of the dudes was like, "You guys quit using the toilet, use the sink." We're like, "Use the sink," but we couldn't figure out how to blow the sink out. So you actually have to blow the sink out. So you blow the sink out. You just take your foam and blow it out, blow it out, blow it out, blow it. It takes a while, longer than a toilet. I can pop the toilet in like 30 seconds, where the sink takes like 10 minutes. But if you if you clean your sink out, you can still put your phone there. They can put the tablet in there. They can play music on the tablet, and it goes through the phone through the sink. Or they can they can be on a phone call with you. Or if you need someone, like if they call somebody and you're listening and you can hear their conversation, or you can talk to someone, they just put the tablet there
Oh,
and it
that's
turns into
like
a
things
phone
I
call.
would.
So yeah, so I had to wait last night because I needed to talk to somebody, but then they had moved somebody, so I had to wait till they relocated and
That's
come out their
pretty cool.
timeout, and then so they could come over to the sink. So yeah, as long as they come anywhere, let's see, 4 cells this way, 4 cells that way, top or
How long
bottom.
did it take y'all to figure that
As long
out?
as they
Like,
come any of those, you can hear it now. We figured that out with the sink.
yeah.
Well, the guys apparently already knew it. It's just that the girls didn't know how to blow the sink out because they stick their head in there and be like, I was like, oh, heck nah. And so, because I couldn't get it to work, I was like, man, I can't even blow up balloons. And y'all want me to blow out a sink? Nah, I'm good. But then they told us the trick on how to do it. And then they told us about the windowsill. And I was like, whatever. Sure enough, you can go to the windowsill,
I just
put your
wonder,
little
like,
phone there, and then you
who
go
took the
up to the
time to think
windowsill
about
down
this?
to the
'Cause that's
roof.
really smart. Like, these are things I never would have thought of.
I know, it's crazy. So I figured that the deputy must have said something like check and see if she's talking to him through the
They
toilet
don't know
or
about
something like
the. Do
that.
they know about the
I was
other
like, no, I
stuff though,
quit
like
talking
the
in the toilet, which is
windowsill
true.
and?
I don't have to talk in the toilet. I'm sure they do now when they hear this, but the thing of it is, it's just easier to
Yeah.
monitor. They can monitor the toilet easier. It's a lot harder to
See,
monitor the
Probably
sinks
they're
and
just looking
windows.
outside and
So
yeah,
if you're
trying to
just
get a
standing
view
at
of
the
the sun. I
windows
don't
looking
know.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, or looking at the mountain, because see, my room like shows all the mountains, and so like
That's funny.
you could be just chilling there looking at the
There's
mountains,
something I was
like, hey,
gonna
what's going
ask you
on?
about. So it wasn't last night; it was the night before. I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me? Mine is too. I don't know what it is. Like, I've been using the same face
Yeah, I set
cleaner
my
for
face
like
broke
a
out. I
really
was
long
looking at
time,
it
but now
like,
it's all broken out down here. I don't know if it's stress or what. But no, I was gonna ask you about it last night because I was Ronan, go downstairs. Well, I'll bring him in a minute. I come in her room. But okay, so no, I was online. I was on Facebook and I saw a video somebody had shared, but I guess it was something you posted. I guess it would have been last year. It was like a 50-second video clip, but I couldn't really tell what was going on because it was a lot of like blurriness. But I know it was you talking, and I think it was G. I'm guessing it was probably G.
yeah.
But I was wondering, is that like one of those? Was that one of those instances that you told me about?
Oh no, that was prior to that.
Yeah.
See, what I was trying to do was I was trying to put the phone down to record because I was going to send it to Landon because I was trying to talk to him about him. He set the fire and he was wanting me to call his mom.
Because I can
So
hear
I was
little
trying
like
to
bits
get
and
all
pieces.
of it
Hold
on
on
there,
1 second.
but I only
Here,
got
take your
some of
dollies
it
and
on
go
there.
downstairs.
And I was
I'll be
trying
gone in
to,
just a few minutes. It's really one of the Barbies. But no, I heard like little bits and pieces of the audio, but I was like, I wonder if that's one of the videos you had told me about.
Yeah, well, see what that and too where what I had did was I had my regular phone with me, and so I always like I said, because he would log into the AT&T or log into our account or try to check, or like he knew my phone password and stuff. So like I would be like, oh shoot, they're wrong. But in a moment of like stress, you don't think, oh, I need to switch phones. It's only when you're like strategically planning something, so that's where I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go get the the right
Go
phone. And
downstairs.
I would like the whole time I was worried, right? I thought they had that phone. And then when I get to Myrtle Beach, I
Yeah.
realized they didn't have that phone because that phone, I put it inside of a shoe. And so I realized that they didn't look in that shoe, that boot, and then the boot had the phone in there when I got to
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach. That's why I didn't have one along the way, because I thought they had that phone. But then I realized it was in the boot in Myrtle Beach, and I was like, oh God, yes, thank God, I still got this thing. And so what the lady wants to do is come and let me log into my iCloud. And I told her, I don't know how I feel about that. I said, because I don't know, she could be putting something on her computer that keeps everything on there. I said, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
I said, when the other lady comes for me, that's on the girl that's helping me, I said, I'll have her, like, we'll go through the folders and make sure, 'cause she's supposed to bring her laptop, and because I'd labeled it Cahoots.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll make sure everything's in there. If not, we'll pull it from the iCloud there. And I said, and then everything's in there. And then the other folder thing was sent to me by Angel's number. So it's like an email, and it's got Angel's number on there. And then that video there is 20-some minutes. So I didn't want to download all that in that lady's computer, and she might have something on there that like kept it on the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, how about I get it already? I'm not giving you anything that's going to clear my name. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, because that would be wrong. I said, and plus two, I don't know what you would do with it. I said, but I'll let you see the abuse videos and the thing where I caught them doing the drugs, like that type of thing, because that's important, because Albert was the one doing drugs, he was the one taking pain pills and stuff. And so I said, so if you want to have somebody that's a witness to say that they saw it, yes. I said, but I'm not giving you anything related to like my case, but I'll give you stuff related to, the abuse or whatever.
But I know I keep all my stuff
because
locked up.
I don't
have
never
some
do
stuff
drugs.
that's, like,
So if
considered controlled
here's my
substances.
mind. If the doctor gave you,
On a
let's say doctor
lockbox,
gave you
my room, so
Percocets
they have
because you got an
no
accident or
access to
something,
it because
it's
that's how
your
it starts,
job, as a parent, to keep your Percocets hid under lock somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And
You kind of
Okay, I want to stop it right there because that is a lot to unpack. And I want to start unpacking it because I'm going to try to be off of here by, 8:30. Okay, so Amy found it's the only way I've ever heard it be referred to is the candle video. Okay. Letecia posted it. And if I remember correctly, initially she said she posted it on accident to her Facebook. And it's been shared. That's the video that for whatever reason, now this is this call is March 21st of 2021. Letecia has been locked up since March of 2020. And that video was posted obviously before she got locked up. And the way Amy is explaining it is that she found it because somebody shared it. Okay. Which means that if Amy was able to find it in March of 2021, I don't know how it was shared. If law enforcement had taken over Letecia's Facebook, and they take it over, but they call it preserving. Nothing can be done to it. It stops in that moment. Then it couldn't have been shared using the share button, not like that, but it could have been screen recorded and shared that way.
What I think is that Letecia posted it, and after she posted it, it was probably going around in all the groups and stuff like that. Screen recordings, like what you're saying. That's probably what it was.
Not a straight share.
And if we remember, I was just thinking about this. When this happened, people want to talk about all these cases and accusing all these parents. At this time, social media was blaming Al. They were saying Al was involved, Al was there. Look how that ended up. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show you that
it does.
So what people think is not necessarily the truth.
Correct. And Stealth Mode says she posted it, but the last few seconds aren't there like the ones they played in the courtroom. That is correct. What she posted was not the video in its entirety. The video in its entirety was played in court. But she has, okay, by this point in the timeline, Letecia has gotten a hold of her discovery. So Amy has asked her about this candle video. And what Letecia is telling her is, Letecia claims that she had 2 phones and that the candle video was intended to be recorded on the other phone, and that she has an iCloud account that is labeled Cahoots, where there are more videos that document the alleged, her allegations of Al using pills and the, abuse she says that she suffered. Now, she also claims there is another video that shows what happened to Gannon. But she's changed it, she's twisted it, she's moved it off. So me and Allie have tried many, many, many times to listen to the various stories of this video that Letecia claims that was on a second phone. And we don't even understand what she's trying to say happened. And the whole time she's putting it out to people like Amy that this video exists and it's going to clear her name, except for she's not willing to give it over to anybody because it doesn't exist. But when Amy asked her that question, Letecia panicked because Letecia is aware that the prosecution has the whole video. It's in the discovery.
Exactly.
That's why she panicked.
Dang.
That's why she got like she got, because what she was worried about is that the whole video has been played publicly. That's what she's worried about. But it hasn't been. Not yet. They don't play it until court. And that's why she's going, I think, on this, long tangent that has nothing to do with the actual question that Amy asked her. Because as you can see, Amy asked her an important question and then didn't bother to listen to the answer. So that's what's going on.
And all you can see is how uncomfortable it makes her.
Yes. Exactly. See, Letecia, this has been my thought process from jump. That Letecia, once we started getting these calls, that Letecia wanted to get her mitts on the discovery. That's why she decided to go pro se, because then they would have to give it to her. So she wanted to see what they had on her. And you can see she will reference different parts of the discovery in some of these calls and these video chats. And what she's doing is throwing out stories surrounding the various pieces of evidence to see what sticks and to see if her stories are believable. Unfortunately, she's talking to somebody who very much wants to keep in communication with her. So it's not really a good test.
Exactly. Yep, because Amy's going to pretend like she believes it, whether she does or not, like we were talking about earlier, so she can keep the access to Tisha.
Correct.
But it is so interesting, and I'm going to have to watch the replay because I'm riding in the car. I'm not driving. I'm riding in the car to get Trenton, and my service was a little shitty. That's why I was in and out. It was frustrating the crap out of me because I pulled you up on YouTube and I could see it clearly, but it wasn't letting me watch it through here. But anyways, her body language, it is just alarm bells. You can see, I would love to see the behavior panel.
Yeah, me too.
Do this.
Yes. Because this is what she's, and Amy is thinking. The reason Amy asked about this video to begin with is because of this second video that Letecia says will clear her name, that it shows exactly what happened to Gannon that night and that she was not involved. It shows she claims that it shows who really took Gannon. Okay. That's why Amy's asking her about this, because Amy has come across that video again. This is probably not the first time she's seen it. She's come across it again and is relating it to these other videos that don't actually fucking exist. That's what this conversation is about. But Letecia's uncomfortable. For a minute there, she thought that they might have released the entire video. And now her wheels are spinning. I can hear that little hamster on that rusty ass wheel with the bad knee just a turning. She's trying to figure it out.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
Okay.
More? Do you have no, baby? If you have something to say, say. I don't.
I don't. I just was
Okay.
reading because how long was that part? Because Stealth Mode had said play that part again, please, and I was just curious. Like, is it like
which
where
part?
where the candle thing comes up? Like, is it just a minute or so, or you know what I mean? That
it's pretty quick. I can play it again.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Awesome, because now we're stopped and I have better signal, so I'll be able to see it too.
Oh, too much.
Awesome. Thank you.
But no, I heard like little bits and pieces of the audio, but I was like, I wonder if that's one of the videos you had told me about.
We'll go back a little bit more.
He set the fire. And see,
I was wondering if that's something you posted. Well, I'll bring him in a minute. I come in her room. But okay, so no, I was online. I was on Facebook, and I saw a video somebody had shared, but I guess it was something you posted. I guess it would have been last year. It was like a 50-second video clip, but I couldn't really tell what was going on because it was a lot of like blurriness. But I know it was you talking, and I think it was G. I'm guessing it was probably G.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, is that like one of those? Was that one of those instances that you told me about?
Oh no, that was prior to that.
Yeah.
See, what I was trying to do was I was trying to put the phone down to record because I was going to send it to Landon because I was trying to talk to him about him. He set the fire and he was wanting me to call his mom.
Because I could
So
hear
I was
little
trying
like
to get all of it on there, but I only got
take
some
your
of
dollies
it
and
on
go
there.
downstairs.
And I was
I'll be
trying
gone in
to,
a few minutes. It's really one of the Barbies. But no, I heard like little bits and pieces of the audio, but I was like, I wonder if that's one of the videos you had told me about.
Yeah, well, see, with that, and too, what I had did was I had my regular phone with me. And so I always like I said, because he would log into the AT&T or log into our, account or try to check, or like, he knew my phone password and stuff. So like I would be like, oh shoot, they're wrong. But in a moment of like stress, you don't think, oh, I need to switch phones. It's only when you're like strategically planning something, so that's where I was like, oh shoot, I gotta go get the right phone. And I would like the whole time I was worried, right? I thought they had that phone. And then when I get to Myrtle Beach, I realized they didn't have that phone because that phone, I put it inside of a shoe. And so I realized that they didn't look in that shoe, that boot, and then the boot had the phone in there when I got to Myrtle Beach. That's why I didn't have one along the way, because I thought they had that phone. But then I realized it was in the boot in Myrtle Beach. And I was like, oh God, yes, thank God, I still got this thing. And so what?
I just want to take 1 second really quickly to point this out. There is a call, a jail call, not a video visit, between Amy and Letecia, and she talks about this phone, and it is a conversation about a way to prove to Harley that it is okay for Harley to communicate with Amy. And she talks about the phone, and it's allegedly in a green Nike shoe. So I don't know now. So, and I can't remember if that is in what month of jail calls that is, but I will try to find it for you guys. But she's changed her story is my point. All right. I can't play it from the StreamYard. Come on, Jen, get it together.
The lady wants to do is come and let me log into my iCloud. And I told her, I don't know how I feel about that. I said, because I don't know, she could be putting something on her computer that keeps everything on there. I said, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
I said, when the other lady comes for me, that's on the girl that's helping me, I said, I'll have her, like, we'll go through the folders and make sure, cause she's supposed to bring her laptop, and because I'd labeled it Cahoots.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll make sure everything's in there. If not, we'll pull it from the iCloud there. And I said, and then everything's in there. And then the other folder thing was sent to me by Angel's number. So it's like an email, and it's got Angel's number on there. And then that video there is 20-some minutes. So I didn't want to download all that in that lady's computer, and she might have something on there that like kept it on the computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, how about I get it already? You know, I'm not giving you anything that's going to clear my name. I said, I'm not doing that. I said, because that would be wrong. I said, and plus two, I don't know what you would do with it. I said, but I'll let you see the abuse videos and the thing where I caught them doing the drugs, you know, like that type of thing, because that's important, because Albert was the one doing drugs, you know. He was the one taking pain pills and stuff. And so I said, so if you want to have somebody that's a witness to say that they saw it, yes. I said, but I'm not giving you anything related to like my case, but I'll give you stuff related to, you know, the abuse or whatever.
But I know I keep all my stuff
because
locked up.
I don't
have
never
some
do
stuff
drugs,
that's, like,
so if
considered
you,
controlled
here's my
substances.
mind. If the doctor gave you,
On
let's
a
say the doctor
lockbox,
gave you
I remember
Percocets
they have
because you got in
no
an accident
access
or
to it
something,
because
it's
that's
your
how it starts,
job,
you know.
you know, as a parent, to keep your Percocets hid under lock somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And
You kind of
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so that was the thing. So, like, if I don't do them, I don't know you got them, or I don't know where you're keeping them. So I didn't ever keep up what Albert had or what he done. I mean, I knew he cut his finger off on purpose. I knew he was complaining about his knee. You know, that was another thing that. Yeah, that was another thing that tripped me out. They were like, you know, this whole story is about the garage. This dude actually cut his finger off in the garage, like cut the whole thing off right here. It was shooting out blood. Blood was all in the garage. Blood was in the truck. Blood was all in the house. He came in the house. There was blood all in the house. And I was like, I didn't know a finger could like bleed that much. You know, like bleed that much.
I was
but
wondering
I was
if that's what I
screaming
was gonna
bloody
ask, did
murder.
he do it
Lena
on
was
purpose
screaming
to
bloody
get
murder over the
medicine?
finger because there was so much
I've
blood,
seen
you
that
know.
stuff happen so much, like working in a pharmacy.
Like this dude
People
cut his finger
stuff
off. Had to
intentionally
get
because they want to get
sutured, got on all
medication.
these pain pills, you know, all that stuff. I said, people want to say something about some blood in the garage when this dumbass cut his finger off on purpose because he was taking pain pills and he was out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Some people are, I know, like stuff like that can become addictive. See, I don't have anything like that, but like
you
I
don't
know
just
that kind of
sit there
can
and be on the machine and be like, oh, I'm gonna stick my finger in
Hold on,
it.
let me go.
It wasn't like it was an accident. It wasn't like he was like, you know, chopping something and
it,
you know, chopped the finger off. That wasn't it. He ran it through the machine.
She wanted to grab them. That's what she was throwing us.
Yeah.
I always thought like, well, see, it's really weird. So my oldest daughter, she's gone. Well, her class has gone back to school, but I've kept her out. They gave the option to keep remote kids at home if you want. So I did that. But on Wednesdays they don't have like the live meets. They don't do the WebEx meeting. So all they have to do is just like their 15 minutes of the math program, 20 minutes of reading program, and then whatever assignments are on Canvas is what it's called. So this morning I told the girls like, hey, we're gonna sleep in a little bit, like we'll eat donuts, but like whenever you call, I always come up here, that way I can hear you. And I always, if you're good, I'll give you like a piece of bubble gum or like, you know, something. Usually they're so like they'd seen a picture of you somewhere. I want to say it was online. So I was reading something,
you know, part of that too is probably because she wants to see what's going on real quick.
We were watching. Well, I was watching TV the other day, and have your face on a commercial, just so you know. Court TV commercial. They have like pictures of But like I was watching Court TV, and the commercial comes, and my little one's on the couch with me, and like I mean, your face is only on there for like a couple of seconds, and my little one's like, "Is that your friend?" I was like, "It is."
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Like I said, it's only like 2 or 3
Yeah.
seconds because they just like flashed a bunch of people's faces and yours was one of them.
Yeah.
And like
They just be trying to
I
wonder,
saw,
like,
I was like, no way. And then it came on later that night, and I was like, oh no, that really was her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh really?
Commercial? Oh God. Crazy. Oh God, that's crazy. Like I'm on a commercial, man. I'm supposed to be like a Kim Kardashian
Well, see,
commercial
that's
and all
what
of this crap.
I was telling my husband because like you know, getting that's part of the
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I decided to write you when I did was because all these people on the
Yeah.
internet were saying, this, that, and the third, but it just didn't really sit right with me. So that's why
We
I was
have
like,
a certain
like,
knock,
she
and
seems like
so
someone who
if
could use a
there's
good
this
friend,
one specific knock we have that I hear
unbiased,
on
all
the
that good stuff. And
windowsill,
like now that I've
it
gotten to
means
know
I'm on
you, like
TV
I
right
can
now.
tell so much
And
of the
so
crap
that
on
means
TV and
come to the
Facebook is just
line
a whole bunch.
because people will tell me
Yes,
like
and
what's going on.
it's
So they'll knock, and then I'll be like, I'll go, hello, and they'll be like, oh my God, you were just on TV. I'm like, oh God, what now? And they'll tell me, and I'll just be sitting there like, and the dudes like, they're so funny. They're like, this is all bullshit. I'm so sick of this shit. They don't even know you. I'm like, okay, gee, thanks, guys. I know, but I don't know if your opinion's gonna really matter right now because you're
yeah.
incarcerated. Yeah. Yeah. I know. That's why everybody says that comes in here, like the females, like they at first hear all this stuff and then they come in and they're like, man, you like read the word more than anybody I know. You help out people more than anybody I know. You're so smart. Because I had to help this one girl because she understands something. This other little girl wanted to write something to somebody. And so, like, I'm always trying to help people when I can, when they let me. It's only when certain deputies let me, when it's not like, don't speak to a person, you know what I mean? And so, like, all of them leave and they'll be like, I'll get letters from them and they'll be like, oh my God, I just wanted to tell you, I saw something online the other day. And as soon as I said that to people I was with, I told them, like, that's like, girl, no. And I said, that's good because people that really know my character, especially people in South Carolina, I didn't get to be around a lot of people in Colorado. So they know better than that stuff. And I told that lady that on the phone when she called. I said, listen, I said, I know you're not going to talk bad about your client, and I'm not expecting you to. I said, but I'm going to tell you right now. I said, she knows good and well some of that crap she's made up is lies. I said, she knows I can walk her back out of it any day of the week with any kind of evidence. I said, but I'm just telling you, I understand she was upset, and I can't be mad at her for being upset because whenever I get upset, sometimes I just run off at the mouth about something and I don't even know sometimes, And so she was like, no, no, no. She was like, I just want to let you know, my message is to let you know is that she knows completely 100%, where you stand and what you've done. And I said, okay, I just want to make sure that. I said, because I don't, this lie stuff has got to go. I said, because if people are going to look kind of dumb, they're going to go lie under oath about it. I said, I get it. My mom was crazy. I was all over the place with this, that, and the other. I said, but I had a right to be A, mentally unstable, B, everything I was going through. I said, and C, all the people, the blackmail, this, that, that was a lot, to like even have a coherent thought with, And so I just be ready. Oh, I was going to tell you this part. I forgot to tell you. So, the old attorney had sent a message and she was like, I keep getting a call from people about Albert
was
is
talking
keeps
to
trying to
Tanner
cash in
about
these
it a little
insurance
bit
policies.
last night. Like I said, I don't tell him
And
everything we
so
talk about, but just like a
then
little
I
bit.
saw a report
And
that
I
was
went to go
talking
lay
about he
down, and
was trying
I
to
thought
just,
about it, and I'm glad you said
check
something.
in
So I was
and
gonna
make
ask,
sure I wasn't like I'm sitting there like
was there
first
any
of
kind
all,
of like life insurance policy
I'm innocent and
that you?
why would I do that?
Okay, that's
Second of
what I was
all, I'm sitting
wondering,
there
because
like you are the one who you
yeah,
got me
well, see, you
there.
told me that,
And
and
then
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
yeah,
third, I'm like,
that registered
you're
that thought in my
calling
head, because
them, wanting to know what I'm
that puts
doing
a lot more
when
pieces of
don't
the
you think
puzzle
the
together, if you
police
know what I
already have
mean.
checked that?
Like,
They don't need you to check that. You know what I'm saying? And so in my mind, I'm just thinking all these things, and that didn't like sit well with me because I just have this problem about like this whole money thing keep going on and on and on, and I'm just like, It just don't sit right with me.
Look, the sound is the sound, you guys. It's not me. It's the audio from the video. There is a long delay
Yep.
in the audio that was recorded between Letecia and Amy. I've tried every which way I can to fix it. I can't fix it. There's nothing I can do. If I fix it at all, it will mess up all of the audio. There's no way for me to do that. I'm not like a sound engineer, so I can't fix it. And it's a lot of it is a delay because Amy
Yes.
is on her data versus being on Wi-Fi, and that the bandwidth is just slower. And so
That's
what
it.
happened? It's just a
You're
delay.
Yeah, you're exactly right because it was on one of the calls on on one of the lives that we did on my channel, and you could tell that they were having it was the conversation. It was just delayed so much that it was when Amy answers Tisha, she's already talking again. So you
Yes.
just have to try to do your best to decipher what they're saying, and that's really all we can do. It's just the way that they came, and there's
Yes. I just wanted for people to know that it's not y'all. Like you're not
Yeah.
having hearing issues. This is the way that it is. But what I will say, and I find interesting and I'm grateful for, is that for whatever reason, the closed captions are picking up Letecia and not like
Yes.
yeah, and not Amy. So that's a good thing. But I just want to make sure you guys know it's not your internet. It's not my internet. It's these jokers. And
Yes.
it ain't got nothing to do with us. And I can't fix it, you guys. And also, the background noise isn't us either. It's coming from either Letecia or Amy because we're muted. All right, I'm going to keep
Yes.
playing. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On everybody. That's the ones he's trying to cash them in. Yeah, they happened so like I got them so long ago. They had to come out and do like because I got them on myself. And so what happened when they came out and did like this medical report on myself, I knew I just went through what I went through in Charleston with the mental part. And so I was like, it's now or never to get a good policy on myself because I didn't
Yeah.
know how I wasn't gonna get on the meds, but I wasn't sure what was going to go on, and I knew I got to the point in 2017 that I couldn't even stay at the job long enough because it just kept getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And the school district would put me on one position, and then they'd realize how bad I'd have a mental breakdown. Then they'd take me off of it, and to Albert, it was like you just won't stay at your job. I'm like, okay, first of all, I worked at a teaching job for 5 years straight, the same job. So you got to understand something must be wrong if all of a sudden I can't even maintain. So then the school district started putting me in the classroom, and then I'd go in the mornings through their group therapy because I knew he pulled a TRICARE record. So they sent me through their program. And so it was 25 visits that you got to go to this doctor, whatever. So I knew once all that happened, I was like, I'll go ahead and get a better policy on myself instead of just the one with the school district. And so I had to go do this health report on the stuff. So when I did it, she was like, well, what comes with this policy is you get to insure all your kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then you can add an optional plan for a spouse. She said, we even have an hour you can add an optional plan for parents. Well, then I knew like with spouse, I was like,
That's
we
what I
already
kind of
talked about it. We had one on a
people.
separate thing
Been a
for each other.
thing.
So I was like, all right, we'll just add all the kids, whatever. And so
But
we did. And that was in 2017, I think it was. So I'm sitting there like, okay. And then I called him in so many lies on like a report because he's like, he didn't know about it. But then in one of his video things,
yeah.
he talked about it. And then on his stuff that he sent to me from the divorce attorney, he talked about it. You lying like hell. You didn't know anything. It came out of bank accounts, like, come on now. Like, are you stupid to think that people are not stupid? Like, I wonder sometimes if people look at one piece and then remember something from another piece and be like, wait, this don't make sense. But I do. Because I see that shit and be
I've
like,
never
hold up
understood
now. This
like
nigga
I
done
would
said
be
this,
doing a lot of
and now he
grieving
gonna
first
change
before
it.
any kind of
That's what
money
he
was
said.
involved,
But yeah, so he's doing that.
Oh, shit. Hold on. What did she say right there? Give me just a second, you guys. Did she say what I think she said?
What do you think she said about the
I
life
think she
insurance?
said, I think she said the N word with this without the hard R.
Oh.
I think that's what she said. Hold on, let me listen.
To think that people are not stupid. Like, I wonder sometimes if people look at one piece and then remember something from another piece and be like, wait, this don't make sense. But I do, because I see that shit and be
I've
like,
never
hold up
understood
now,
that either.
this
Like,
nigga
I
done
would
said
be
this,
doing a lot of
and now he
grieving
gonna
first
change
before
it,
any
you
kind
know,
of
that's what
money
he
was
said.
involved, you know?
But
Yeah, that's what the fuck she said. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
so
heard that.
he's doing that. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, I would never, like, who, I couldn't even, like, to be honest with you, like, you don't think about doing those things, but like at the school district, you know, it was always offered, so I was like, okay, you know. And so, like, who in the right mind, like, that wouldn't even be on my mind, like, at all for anyone. Like, that wouldn't even be it would take me a long time to even process that, to put it in my mind, to even like think about something like that, you know. When my uncle died, my aunt went
Yeah.
straight doing policies, and I'm sitting
No,
there like, how do you even, like,
that's
in
the
your
other thing too.
brain,
Why has
like, to me, I
nobody
would just be like
seen that as a red flag?
how
quickly
you know.
he moved in with somebody else? Because that's odd.
But then I started thinking about it. I was like, well, you know, he was already living with someone else like the same week, and then, you know, so it's like people who think that way, they're wired differently. So in their mind, you know, he thinks, you know, he's something like. And I'm just sitting there, and I told her to write the people back and be like, look, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't called nobody, ain't talked to nobody about no policies. I ain't done nothing, and I haven't. And I says, and I said, even if it had been like my mom and I had one with my mom, I'd still be like not even doing it right now. Like, I wouldn't be able to, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna back him. What I've learned is, and I told that lady this, I said,
I
you
work
gotta
with a
realize you're getting
girl.
backed
She
in the
worked in
corner
the
with this
outside part of Walmart,
custody.
and
I said,
she would do the same
because
thing. On Friday, she'd go
I
like
said the
snort all
sheriff's
of the
office,
cocaine,
up
and then
past
be
their
off
county people,
Saturday, come back
I said
Sunday,
they're
and be
gonna
fine.
support
And
him because
Monday,
he's
she was like
military,
good to
because he
go, and I'm
puts
just
this
like,
big
oh, I
front
didn't
on
know you
there
did
about
that.
being an officer, doing this, doing this. Oh, he's like,
Mhm.
I've never did drugs. I passed on my drug test. Well, first off, let me just go ahead and tell you, anybody in their right mind knows drug tests. If you worked in pharmacy and stuff like that, people take certain pills and certain things because they know it's not going to stay in there like marijuana, right? They do that just like they do cocaine. They know that it's not going to be on
Yeah.
there. I know this lady. I used to teach her. She taught science.
Oh,
No
I'm
kid
glad
you not. She used to go get
you
high
too.
on the weekends, like a Friday night, and come to work by Monday. And I swear, if they gave her a drug test, she'd have passed it.
Yeah, yeah, they do. But next time, I haven't. I was gonna ask them out yet.
Yeah.
All right, you have to bye.
Yeah.
Yikes on bikes. There's a huge delay, you guys. I don't know when it's going to pick back up. It's weird. But I will say this. I think Amy is asking about the life insurance because their policy was changed and Al was removed. So, and Harley is the one that admitted to doing it. She admitted that she thought about that all by herself and it was what it was when it was. So, I mean, that was a hard call to get through. While we wait for Allie, she'll be right back. But while we wait for her, I want to. There she is. I want to thank the people that joined membership. Give me just a second. What are you doing, Jinmu? Get it together. And I'll play the membership. Thank you, Liz, for joining. I'll play the membership thing really quickly for you guys, because we need a little bit of something. We need like a palate cleanser between all that baloney.
for the gossip. Blah, blah.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it. No malicious.
We all do a little mad sometimes.
All right. Darth Vader is my favorite. He's so underrated. He can do some really kick-ass shit, you know? Okay. So now this is the last visit in the entire month of March. We're going to play it. I haven't listened to it. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, babe. Thank you. All right, y'all ready? All right. Hopefully.
Ready.
Thank you, a million
And,
sparkles. Listen, I spend a lot of time on Epidemic Sound, and I'm trying to work out a way to do an intro for me and Allie because I picked a really cool song. I really like it for Karen Reed. And I think I'm going to take my Dose of Reality Jen Lou off of that because I have to have 2 Epidemic Sound accounts because it only lets you have one YouTube channel, and it's easier to pay for 2 Epidemic subscriptions than to pay for the upgraded plan, which is like $59. So I think I'm going to take Dose of Reality off the other one and add Allie to it so that if she wants to play that that trailer or whatever, she can, and it won't do anything. But I want to show you the song, but obviously after all of this, but I spend a lot of time listening to Epidemic Sound, making videos way before I even start making the video. I try to pick out the music because I don't know. That's
so
just
cool.
my favorite
Well,
part
you do
of
a
it.
great job of it. You really do.
Thank
Even if we
Thank
go all the way
you.
back to I'm a frog, I'm a lion, you know? It's all
I'm
great.
a frog, call me lion, a true psychopath. All right, here we go. Last one.
Okay.
Hopefully
It's a
the
long
audio
one, though,
isn't
right?
all. Do what, babe?
Hey.
It's a long. It's a
Yeah,
part.
it's 30 minutes. Shit, I didn't realize it was so long. All right, brace yourselves, y'all. 30 minutes of.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's go.
dear Jesus. I have really got to stop with these pauses. This is doing too much because all I can see when Amy wears those glasses is damn Roz from Monsters, Inc. You didn't turn in your paperwork last night, Mazowski. Always watching.
Yes, they are identical. You are right. And okay, so I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and go upstairs and grab dinner from Dad while I'm watching this. But we might want to pause like halfway through or something if there's a point you want to. 30 minutes is a long time. That's up to you. But okay.
Well, we might, but I'm gonna go have a cigarette first. So I'm gonna tell you right straight away. It takes me approximately 5 minutes to smoke a cigarette. So you know that you are free from commentary for the next 5 minutes. I ain't gonna be saying shit. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. And I'm gonna join you guys in the chat. I don't think I'll get booted. I'm gonna open YouTube in the background, but not play it, so I can chat too while we're watching. But okay, all right. I'll see you on the other side.
All right, babe. See you on the other side.
Hey.
Your hair looks nice.
I know. I just put it up.
I lied. Stop lying to her, Amy. Her hair doesn't look nice. Stop telling her these lies. You've encouraged this hairdo.
I like it. How's it going?
Okay. I have this tablet up here. It's kind of weird. I'm all spazzed out. Oh, my nerves, man.
I was waiting.
My nerves has been so bad.
I
can't hear you.
No, I was worried because I didn't hear from you yesterday.
There
so
you go.
I was like,
There you go. I think it froze. Go ahead. Man, I haven't slept. I had to go to the law library at 2:30 and like half the shit is missing. Stuff has password protections on it. So I might have to find out how the hell I'm supposed to get that stuff. And then I'm even more
Yeah.
segregated in a way because like I don't talk to people. So
Yeah.
kind of like more segregated and than I even
That's
was.
nice, I
But I
bet.
do
Do you
get to have
have better food
radio
now, better
and order
choices?
food, so
I love pickles.
Well, I just ordered a bunch of pickles. I know. I ordered a bunch of pickles and I ordered some chips and some candy. That's pretty much it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't order like food. I ordered some ramen noodle, right? And then I dreamed about ramen noodle.
Well, I don't believe ramen noodle.
Yeah, there was
I
like
like
ramen
ramen.
noodle everywhere in my dream because I ordered like 5 packs. Yeah, and they
For a
charge
pickle.
expensive for this stuff. Like for
Good
example,
God.
a pickle is like $2
So I
and
mailed your
something.
letter out to you yesterday, the one that I wrote a couple days ago. Are you gonna be able to get it to you? Like, is you still have the same, like, I guess, ID number?
Cool.
Okay. I was wondering. I was like, I'm sure if not, they'll figure out, who it goes to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did that the same day.
Yeah. Did you get to mail the other ones to the base?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I had
cool.
went to get stamps the last time I told you,
Yeah,
but
since we
my
can't
husband and
mail
I are sharing a car
overseas,
now, so he has to take it to work. But he just got his other car running, his little sports car, so he left me with the Explorer the
Oh
other day, so
yeah.
I took it and got stamped. Like, thank God. But which lady?
Did that lady write you back?
Yeah, she did. Okay, so she messaged back like right when we got off the phone.
When you told her that about
And
the hard drive?
I'm trying to go back to my phone so I can read it. But it might be out. I'm trying to think what she said. I told her what happened, and she said that she would get that handled with the advisory council. I just told her like I just was on the phone relaying the message, and that you might be able to email her to see it off the tablet, but you weren't sure how to do it just yet, which is why I was sending the message. And then she was asking me if you were moved yet, and I told her yes. And then
Yeah.
she told me like
Right.
try to, like, I said, don't talk to a whole lot of people about what's going on. And I was like, I don't think she's going to. I was like, if she knows, that's what I told her. I was like, I don't think she's gonna be talking to people anytime soon. But I
I don't talk to anybody at all.
You ever want to talk? And she was just like telling me to be careful what we talk about on the phone since it is recorded. And I'm like, yeah, no, like we know. And then she said that she's gonna try to set up a meeting to come in and see you sometime. I guess this October.
Yeah.
But she didn't say when.
Okay. Yeah, because I need to find out how do I contact these people because some of the stuff was password protected when I tried to open it. Some of the stuff was like missing, and I searched and searched and searched and like where was it at?
We're gonna get that fixed today, and
So.
I'm like, oh. So
Okay. That's what, and yeah, so if you don't have to do it today, but if you think about it tomorrow, just let her know that I accessed the hard drive, and if she could come and talk to me because there's a crap ton of stuff missing, and I want to know how do I reach out to them, and there's a bunch of stuff with a password on it. So how do I get the password?
Like I said, she's planning on this week, but she didn't say when.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I want to make sure when she comes, it ain't during my timeout, so it ain't like, you could tell her that my schedule if you want to. So Monday it'd be 5 to 8. And then Tuesday, 8 to 11.
Downstairs myself right now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we had a long day. We got up super early and we went and got coffee. And I was.
Oh wow, they go to bed early, huh?
Husband pulled in a like kind of the road. I'm like, how got your car's out? We got rear-ended. We got rear-ended this morning. I was like, oh. Oh yeah, it was some like little teenage girl playing on her phone, not paying attention, but we're all fine.
Oh no, everybody's okay though, right?
Oh, did you? I thought that might
I got the pictures of your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got big. She's 6, and she wears like a size 2.
The
and,
oldest
like,
one, she has
children,
a
not
big
like kids, just,
foot.
like,
She's
children.
gonna be
She's got
like
big
an
feet.
athlete.
Ironically, today we were out with the dog when we got
Yeah, I
home.
was like, man, she
And,
might be a
I
volleyball
had
or
football, so
basketball
my husband's
star.
like, "I'm gonna like ball around, throw that football like any little boy her age." We're like, "So your schedule is." Let me try moving closer to my window. Hold on, because I shut my Wi-Fi off and put it in my ear.
Hold on, it's going in.
Ugh.
Hold on, it's really bad service. I don't know if it's this tablet.
When did you say what's your schedule for Monday?
Okay, hold on. Okay, say something now. So she won't come Monday. So just because it'd be before 8. So just tell her it's in 3-hour increments. Tuesday is 8 to 11. Wednesday is 11 to 2.
Okay. All right.
Thursday is
else.
3 to 6. And then Friday I have court. So there's no point coming Friday. I have court for something else. Yeah. About so this dude's he done sent me this USAA papers demanding to know what I spent these life insurances on. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I haven't even touched that stuff. You're the one so adamant about it. So hello.
So do you think somebody else might have done?
So I have to go to court for it. And I'm just like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Like I haven't even done anything, you know.
So
it's him. He's doing it, not me. Well, how where am I doing it? I can't even text my own advisory people. So how in the heck am I calling the bank? You know what I mean?
That's creepy.
It is him. There's nobody else would have my social. Yeah, that's stupid.
Well,
I mean, it's like,
you can just be
are you kidding me? Like, are you think I'm that crazy? And first,
all, they can pull up
I'm
like
not
all
even
of your
that
phone records, I'm
cool.
sure,
Like,
see that you never
please.
called any bank anywhere, and be like, if you're.
Well, USAA knows that too. They keep a record of calls and.
All right, I'm going to have to stop you right there, Tisha, because that's a flat out lie. Either you're lying now or you were lying then. But you told Aunt Brenda, and I recall this from several of your phone calls with Aunt Brenda regarding Harley and the money, that you were able to get a hold, as you say, of the bank. So which is it? Were you lying then or are you lying now? Because either way, you are a liar. All right, here we go.
People and stuff like that. But I remember coming across some report that said that it was like Miss Stauch has not contacted them or whatever since their latest request or whatever. But I mean, he might not know that. But he's probably trying to do is fish for information, and they're like not giving it to him because it's under my name and we're not married anymore.
I wonder
so
what he's trying to do.
You know what I mean?
Let's see.
Want money?
I watched a video.
Yeah, wants money.
It was.
The money has gotten to his head now. The money and attention has got to his head. That's.
Outside the courthouse, and like just watching, but he's so smug. They did an interview with him and the DA, like right after one of the.
Hold on. It's going in and out.
Yeah,
he's what now?
So smug. He's just standing there with his hands crossed, all like you could see the arrogance all over him.
I saw him standing out there when I was coming by in the van. The money and the attention has really gotten to him when he was never really like that. He used to be so humble in South Carolina, but when Alaska came, it became like, you know.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that with like the people that were in my husband's unit that like
Especially
started
when they
off here
become
and
like
then got
in
up here and then their whole personality changed, their
military
ego
status. You know what I mean?
inflated. But
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, someone tried to say something to me earlier, and I just looked at him. I was like, look, I said, I ain't got time for this. I said, I'm going to win my case, and I'm getting out of here. I was like, so I'm good. Well, because I have to worry about in here. These people be having drugs and stuff. So I try to stay away from
yeah,
anything because I don't be doing any kind of stuff. You know, and then my resources are gone because I'm over a different ward now. So
yeah,
my resources are gone. So I had to like figure out some good ways to be in the sink and stuff again, you know. But
yeah. I would.
still working on
I don't
that.
want to say I'm a people person,
But
but I don't like a lot of people.
because
Like,
like
I hate to
moving over
say it.
here means I'm near different
I just keep
people.
it to myself
You know what
too. Yeah.
I've been overstimulated so bad like this, like all over the place, because you really still only get like an hour and a half out because you have to lock down for everything. You have to lock down for meds, food, shift change, everything. So you really only get like an hour and a half. But I'm even so much more segregated because I'm in this other room at the end away from everyone. But I still come out with people. But I don't have that like relationship with the friends that the people I got to impact in the other ward. I don't have that
Yeah.
because it's a whole different, environment. People come in there, they're on drugs, all kinds of stuff like that, and they want to be,
Yeah.
they need help, so they're looking for guidance. So I had the opportunity to do that, but not so much in here, which I'm okay with because if God sends someone my way, then that's one thing. You know what I mean?
The change and everything going on. But I let her know that you got the tablet, and you got to listen to some music and stuff. So
Yes, because everybody was very concerned about that. We were all wondering, when is Tisha Leanne going to get to listen to some music? It kept me up at night. So I'm so glad that you messaged Amy and let people know that Tisha can listen to music. We're all so fucking grateful.
Yeah, I did, and that was crazy because I was like a little kid running around Christmas, like, oh my God, music!
that's gotta be awesome.
It sounded so weird, and then they took me to the law library this morning.
That's shitty that did that.
And they were like, wow, how do you feel? You get to walk without the restraints. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't even know if I can even walk right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought about it more, and it wasn't they're to blame, but then it was also the fault of the attorneys. They wouldn't help with anything.
Yeah.
They wouldn't come in. They had all these rules about not coming in, and they still don't come in to visit people. So like, they could have sit down and had conversations and helped. It's funny to me when I represent myself, the jail suddenly starts to want to help. So that tells you right there that they didn't do what they should have done. They wouldn't come in to help me preserve that information. And I'm sitting there like, information that's going to clear me of these charges, and you will not come in here to help me preserve. Tell me what to do because I'm freaking out. I'm scared to death. iCloud's going to crash one day. Yeah. It's not working.
Oh, hi.
Oh, wait, apparently I lied. There was two.
We had to lock down for meds.
I was so worried because like my husband left with the girl, so it's just me here.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm gonna sit downstairs, and I'm sorry.
I couldn't get it to pause. Lord Jesus. Allie, are you there? She might be eating. But anyway, let me just keep.
I was.
She goes. Okay.
I was chewing a bite. But did you say something to me though?
No, I couldn't get it to pause. And apparently there's another call. I guess I was off on the dates when we were talking. But I know the title cards are right. So yeah, it's just more of the same. It's more, lies on lies, bashing Al. I think her saying that all of the money and the attention has gone to his head is particularly disgusting. I'm not even going to touch the last phone call with that word that she used. I'm not even going to address that. I think we all get it. There's no need for me to talk about it. It's gross. But this bashing of him and saying that the money and the attention has gone to his head, that is particularly disgusting because of the fact that the only reason that people know Al Stauch is because you murdered his son, you asshole. That's why.
And then at this time, he was being blamed all over YouTube for being involved, and you, Letecia, were fanning those flames. You were making people think that, like Amy, which was just making it worse. So
exactly. Now, you guys, I have heard, and I do remember from the interview that Amy gave, but now I'm starting to second guess myself. I cannot remember if the interview that she gave to Critical K, that is the video where her kids walk in, or if it is on a video visit, or if it's both. But just so you guys know, before I upload these, I scrub through the video to make sure that her kids are not in the video at all, because I'm not going to put minors on this channel ever for that. Not like, that. It's it's inappropriate. All right. So let's hear what these two yahoos have to gab about for the next, God only know, what is that? 12 minutes?
12 minutes,
too long. That's 11 minutes and 59 seconds too long.
Sorry, I look like crap. I got a huge I got in a huge fight with my husband today. Like,
no. Dear.
Between you and me, he like picked me up and like threw me.
Oh no.
Oh shit, I wasn't ready for that. That's sad. But let me say this. It's not just between you and her, Amy. It's between you and her and all of YouTube now. Nobody deserves domestic violence. That's awful.
No.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, and he's done this for years, and I've had my fill of it, so I started fighting back today. I was like, I'm done with your shit. Like, I'm not putting up with it anymore. But he took the girls out to go do something with them so I could have some time for myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to come sit downstairs. And then I logged in, and it was like, weak signal here, weak signal there. And I was like, I want to show her my new furniture I bought. So I was like trying to find positions to sit. So I finally moved over here, and I'm like, oh, it says strong signal. I'm like, all right, hope this works. And then I saw my webcam kicking on. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, good. Because I'm sorry you're going through that. That's, your eyes, you look like you haven't slept.
Yeah, I've been crying a lot this morning.
Yeah.
Like, partially it's my fault because, long story short, like, I have to take a lot of medication just because I have like a lot of like depression issues and stuff like that, and they can affect my mood, and it's like depending on how I take them, if that makes sense. But I've been on them for like 11 years, and he's known this.
It makes sense.
But he doesn't like it when I take them. But like if I don't take them, then they make me feel really groggy and just like crappy. But then he gets mad when I take them, so like it betters me to take them. And if I take him, he gets mad, and then he says I'm like this raging monster, which isn't necessarily the case. It's just a whole big spiel. So he kind of told me today, like, you either figure something out or like we're done type deal. But I'm just like, whatever.
Like, dude, I didn't put up with your alcoholism for years. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. That's exactly what I told him. I was like, I've stuck with you through your alcohol abuse for how long? Like,
yeah.
Mine's not even like an addiction problem. Like, I have to have it. Like,
the difference between a mental and something that's willful. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've been diagnosed, but like 2011 was when I was diagnosed.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff I've been on since 2011. But and then he berates me and then calls me all kinds of names. Like,
oh no.
He calls me a bitch. He calls me an idiot. He calls me a retard. He tells me that I'll never succeed at the things I want to do. He tells me that like I've got nothing going for me. He's like, what do? You just stay at home all day and, excuse my French, fuck around on your computer doing your fake schoolwork. And I'm like, joke's on you, buddy. My score it's an accredited school, so my degree will count for something. So go yourself.
You know that I heard that from Albert forever about your fake schoolwork.
Really?
And I literally was like, here's my degree, and here's another degree. And I'd be like, okay, I guess they just handed them out left and right.
Yeah, and I think my husband's jealous because like
That's what it is.
he went to school in Daytona,
Mm-hmm.
like right out of high school, and he went for one semester and dropped out because his grades were terrible. And then he tried to go back into college again. He tried going to well, I wrote you a letter. You'll be getting it probably next week.
Yeah.
Because I told you what school I go to. You probably know what college it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what Colorado Technical University is?
Yeah.
That's where I go.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I love it. I do their online program. But he tried to sign up to their online program, but they denied him because he was homeschooled his entire life. So they say that he doesn't have the right, I guess, credits or something required.
They consider it different, but he can go take a CLAP test.
Oh, yeah?
For most technical schools, if you take like a CLAP or I forgot what the other one's called right now, but it would basically be like an exam saying like, hey, even though I didn't meet the credentials based on this, I could pass it based on the test.
Well, you know what he did? He wrote the school a letter. He went and talked to like whoever the head of the school is, and he like cussed them out like, I graduated homeschool, my mom was my teacher, blah blah blah, like F your school sucks. And like I'm one of their top students. Like I've been on the president's list for well, I'm going on a year of being there, and I'm like, their school isn't bad. I love their school. Like honestly, I'm at the point in my relationship with him where I'm kind of teetering the odds of is it better staying with him or just leaving him?
Yeah.
He sold my car out from under me. I have no car. So if I need to get a ride, I have to ask him to borrow his car or depend on him for a ride. Like, you know, he took the girls out today, which is fine because they need a daddy-daughter day. I was like, well, what if I decide to go somewhere? He's like, what are you going to do, walk on foot? I was like, bet, I will. I have 2 working legs. I'll walk.
That's the control part, though, for him. He can have that control, yeah. I'm telling you, that's just how men get, man. I remember when Albert started taking his graduate courses, all of a sudden he could spend the whole weekend doing work, and it was okay. But all those years I spent the weekends doing work late at night and all that, it was a problem. Like, you're always on your computer. But as soon as he started it, it was like everything had to stop. Everybody had to be quiet. Nobody could make noise. Everybody better go in their room, play their games.
Yeah, check this out. So, well, Tanner, that's his real name.
Yeah.
He's starting up his own LLC. So, like, when he's working on that here, like, we all have to be quiet. Like, the girls can't be making noise. Like, none of that. But then when he wants to sit down, when he has time to watch, like, a movie or TV before he has to go to bed, like, he expects me to be free and willing to, like, I'm sorry, I look terrible. I've been crying all morning. But he's like, he wants me to be ready to, like, you know, at his beck and call. But there's times where I have schoolwork I have to complete, considering I was just in 3 classes, which, by the way, I passed all 3 classes with an A+.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I managed to keep my 4.0 GPA, so I'm still on the president's list. But he'll get mad at me. He'll be like, you can't do that later. And I'm like, no, like, right now, school is my priority. I don't work. Like, school is my, like, well, aside from the girls, school is my priority. Yeah. So, like, just let me do my school, and then, you know, movies and stuff like that can come after. But yeah,
I've been through that. I understand. No matter what you say, it's not going to change, because then he'll start throwing out the card of, oh, I'm the provider, I'm the man, I'm supposed to be the one doing this. And then he'll start that, and then you'll just be like, well, what do you think I do? I mean, I take care of the kids, I take them to school, I get their lunch ready, I go grocery shopping, I clean the house, they don't.
He's told me numerous occasions, he's told me that, okay, check this one out. You'll probably love this one. We were talking one time about his work, and he tells me that, you know, he works a lot because he has to, which I understand. But he's like, I want you to listen, and I want you to understand. Work is my priority. It is my only priority. You are not my priority. You are not my second priority. It was like work, something, and then I'm the third priority. He's like, that's how it always will be. And then he goes, I am the king of this castle, and what I say goes, and you will abide by my king's rules. And I'm like, I'm the queen of the castle because I run this shit show.
Technically speaking, if you want to biblically speak, the woman is in control of the household. Now she's supposed to follow, she's supposed to follow her husband's lead. But when it comes to the household, the kids and stuff like that, that the woman does have control. That's in the Bible. But it's also supposed to be God first and your marriage second.
Well, see, okay, so here's, I'm not sure if I ever told you this or not. So, like, we have religious, like, differences in our house. So, like, I'm Christian. He is, like, Nordic. Like, he believes, like, pagan stuff, so, like, Thor and stuff like that. So, our religious views clash majorly.
Yeah,
Religion is a very, like, sensitive topic. We went to a thrift store recently, and our youngest daughter, I can't remember if I told you our girls' names. My youngest one, the little girl, her name's Ronan. So she picked up a book in a thrift store, and it was like the ABCs of Jesus. And she went up to her dad, and she's like, "Can I get this book, Daddy?" And he took it out of her hands. He's like, "Fuck no, you're not getting it," and threw it. And I looked at him, and I was like, "You can't say that to a kid." And he was like, so he picks it back up and he gives it to her, and he's like, "Fine, if you want to get it, that's fine." And he comes over to me, he scoffs, and he goes, "I don't want her reading that." I was like, "But she has the freedom to pick what she wants to learn."
Yeah.
So I let her get it. I was like, "You buy it, girl. I'll read it to you."
That's sad because pagan has been gone, especially when Jesus died on the cross.
Like, I'm open to, like, other people's interpretation of religion, but, like, to sit there and tell your kid, like, "No, you can't read that book because I don't want you to," like, that's limiting, what their interests are. It's just ridiculous.
You need to go play that song today. There is Jesus. Play it all day.
My oldest daughter would probably love that. I don't know how she learned it, but they learned some, like, prayer in school, and, like, she was so happy to show me. She's like, "Mom, let me teach you how you pray." She's like, "Do you know how to pray at dinner?" So I, like, played along. I'm like, "No, tell me how." She's like, "Okay." So she's like, my oldest daughter, her name's Phoenix, like Phoenix, Arizona. She's like, "All right, Mom, sissy, grab my hands." And then she says, like, the prayer, and then she's like, "Amen." And I'm like, "All right." And it just, like, melted in my heart. I'm like, "That's so cute."
Because, and you have to think too, in North Carolina schools, even though there's separation of church and state, a lot of North Carolina schools, you still find very biblical principles, things like that, that allow you to do certain things that you can't do in the Midwest and the West. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Schools, the Midwest is,
because we could lead I could lead prayer with my softball girls as long as one of them asked me first.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like, and that was things you can't, like, that was in South Carolina. Like, if you'd have done that here, man, they'd have had your licensure, they'd have had everything. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, go play that song all day. There's Jesus by Zach Williams and Dolly Parton.
Real quick before it hangs up on us, your friend texted me back.
Okay.
Because I texted right after we got the phone. She said, "Let me log in here real quick." Oh, let me go faster because I'm slow. I text her what you asked me to say, and her response was absolutely. So she'll be bringing it to you.
Good. That'd be perfect then. I was at the law library all morning because I had to stay up all morning to go, so I haven't been to bed. And I've been working on stuff, but she's been a really good resource helping, and people must apparently looked her up because one lady was like, "I heard you got a banging investigator." I was like, "She is."
She seems like a nice lady. Yeah. Like, she's always been nice when she talks to me, so I think she's gonna be good for you.
Got it together too. All right, it's gonna hang up, girl. Tomorrow I have court, so I won't get to call you tomorrow because it's doing my out.
Wow, that was that's probably the most uncomfortable fucking call we've listened to yet. I don't really have anything to say other than, Letecia, first of all, I would never go to Letecia Stauch for any type of advice, let alone marital advice. But I don't think that it's a good idea when there's already conflict in the relationship and your friend is coming to you and talking to you about it, and there's, apparently some physicalness going on there, that you encourage confrontation and outright, escalating of the situation. Maybe just, encourage her to get help, but don't encourage her to escalate the situation. Idiot.
Well, I mean, I have a couple thoughts on that. Number one, as much as Amy, I don't understand her very often. There's oftentimes I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you doing?
Mhm.
But, I don't want that for her. And I hope that she gets out of that because it's really dangerous. And we talk about cases all the time where things escalated from, you know, what she's describing to much worse. So I just,
Exactly.
also, I believe if I'm correct in what I'm thinking about these prescriptions that she needs because of her mental health, for me, like for instance, when I was on benzos, sometimes I would take Xanax and become a different person. I would be very angry. I'd be stealing. I wouldn't even remember it. That also is going to play a role in your relationship. If you have to decide, because there are always other options and other ways to try to treat your mental health. And when your medications start to, this is the way I see it, and I don't care if it's Xanax, Oxycontin, anything prescribed by a doctor. If it is making your life easier and causing no problems, then I can understand taking it. But when your medication starts to cause you real life problems, that's when you stop.
Or maybe not just stop, but maybe talk to your healthcare provider that's prescribing you the medications and say, listen, this is what's going on in my real life. Can we try something else?
Yeah, no, you don't stop cold turkey. That's not what
No,
I
no.
mean. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely have to
But you know how
address
people be,
it.
Allie.
When you start you're so right. But for real though, when that's the way I see it with any medication, like some addicts who are like, this helps me. Well, that's the way for me. Medications like that always cause problems for me. I just can't
Yeah,
take them correctly. So, but for someone else, they might be able to take it and it actually be helpful.
right.
So also, Letecia was kind of right, and this is also kind of bizarre to me. So when we moved to North Carolina, like Bentley School, they pray at all the functions, and which is fine. I have nothing against it, but it was just bizarre because that's not how it is at all in West Virginia. They do like plays Noah's Ark, and it's very. I don't know if it's like the Bible Belt, a Southern thing or what, but in North Carolina, there is a lot of faith mixed in with their school systems.
Like
It's
their
kind of
public school
strange.
system or their private school system? I
Both.
don't know. Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
Bentley isn't a private school, but it is not a Christian school. But also
oh,
public
wow.
schools are like that too. We talked to my friend Caitlin who went to school here and graduated
Wow.
from the local high school and middle school. And she said, yeah, that's normal. At their football games, they'll have a prayer. It just things like that we didn't have in West Virginia. So it's
Yeah.
kind of odd when you're not used to it and
I
you
mean,
see
I
it
went
like
to
that.
school. I grew up in Arizona for the first 10 years, right? And then from 10 on, I was in Texas. And um, I don't remember prayer in school. But,
Yeah.
wait, before I go off on this, let me say this really quick. Thank you, Teacup Kraken, for gifting a membership, babe. I really appreciate that. Um, it was very generous of you. Thank you. I think of religion as something that's very personal, and so maybe we did, or there was prayer going on, and I just didn't pay attention to it. I don't know. Now I will tell you, the very first job that I ever had was at Chick-fil-A, and it was at the mall. And the operator, the owner of the franchise, was a minister of some sort. And y'all, these kids at this I was so glad when he stopped, when got the freestanding store and somebody else bought the one at the mall, because I was getting recruited left and right. Can you come to church with us? We think you need to go to church with us. And I'm like, look, back up off of me. Me and Jesus are cool. Me and God are cool. Stop worrying about it. Okay. I mean, like, it was a lot, you guys. It was a lot. Like, they would be because you have to wash dishes, and the only kind of music that you could listen to, there was a radio back there, but the only kind of music you could listen to was the religious station. And I mean, I was only I think that I was there for maybe 2 months. Yeah, because I think I started in April, and by summertime, the new operator had taken over, and he was way cooler, and we could listen to whatever kind of music, and I wasn't getting freaking recruited to go to church all the time. You know, Jennifer, you would just really love Bible study. No, the fuck I wouldn't. I know me. No, I wouldn't. I would not. Thank you. I appreciate it. But no.
Well, yeah, when it's somebody, when you feel like it's being pushed on you,
Yeah.
you know, it's uncomfortable. I have no problem with it. Like Tiny Dancer, you know, is also in North Carolina and was kind of giving her opinion. I have no problem with it if that's what people want.
Yeah, me
But I
either. I
can
don't care.
see, like, how I can see the other side of it. Like, what if you're Muslim? I don't know. I just,
Right. I feel like if prayer is going to be allowed, then and everybody should be able to pray their way. Now, obviously, that's going to come with limitations. I mean, you know, you can't, if part of your prayer includes, you know, like Santeria and you're, you know, sacrificing goats,
yeah.
probably not going to be allowed at school. Okay. I mean, it just presents a whole host of problems. It's, you know,
Or even
but
like pagan stuff, probably. But I mean,
whatever. Yeah. I'm just listen, this is me. My name is Paul, and that is between y'all. I don't really like, you know, whatever your religion is whatever your religion is. Just don't try to push it on me. And I will not try to push it on, you know, I'm not going to say anything, you know, you do you and I'll
yeah.
do me. You don't need to
Roberta
worry
says,
about my eternal soul more than I do. Okay. I promise. Me and Jesus are cool. He made me like this. Okay.
Roberta says, I now practice my native ways. That is very cool.
That's awesome.
I don't practice Santeria. I
ain't got no crystal ball.
But I'm, you know, me personally, I believe in God, but I am not super religious. And that is not I just, you know, I feel like you can find good churches where the preacher is like a good person, but there's a lot of corruption and stuff in churches. And sometimes I feel like the Bible was intended to not necessarily be taken literally, but it was meant to be like just for teaching lessons and giving some kind of moral compass. I think that's just my opinion and the way I look at it. I don't push anything on my kids. I tell them, if you want to go to church, I'll take you. But I want them, and I tell them all the time, when you're old enough to fully understand what it means, then you're going to decide what you believe. I can't tell you what you're going to believe. I can tell you how I feel and what I believe is true. But, you know,
that's how I am. That's how I was with my kids. I said, you guys can, you know, listen, I believe that there's something bigger out there than all of us. And many people have many different names for it, and you guys will figure that out on your own. But basically in this house, we practice being sarcastic and a little snarky, but we also practice being a good human being. That means if you see somebody that needs help if you can. Leave your little court, you know, make somebody smile. At least one person smile a day, you know? That's all you got to do.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Be honest. Don't do something if you feel like you have to hide it. You probably shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Try to
and don't get me called down to the damn principal's office. I didn't like it when I was in school, and I'm not going to like it now. So please, just behave. Okay.
If you see a kid sitting at school by himself, I tell my kids this stuff all the time. Like, just sit with him, you know, talk to him. I
remember when my youngest son, I went to go to school and have lunch with him. And I was sitting next to him at the table, and there was this kid sitting off by himself. And I said to my son, I said, babe, what's going on with that kid? And he said, Mom, he sits there every day by himself. The lunch lady is so mean. And, you know, kids have a different perspective. So I didn't say anything. I just listened to what he said, and I just watched. And he was right. The lunch lady was mean to him. And so after, and my youngest son, he said to me, you know, Mom, I said, do you play with him? And he said, yeah, we're just not allowed to talk to him at lunch. And I said, okay. So, I went after lunch was over. I, you know, gave my son a hug and a kiss goodbye. And I went and marched myself right into that office. And I said to that principal, I don't know and I don't care why that child is sitting by themselves, but it is wrong. And the way that your lunch lady speaks to that child, let me find out she's speaking to my kid like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to, and she's like, you know, saying my name. And she said, I wasn't aware. And I said, well, you should be aware. And I said, you know, I'm up here every single day because we lived across the street from the school. So I just used to walk. And I said, I will come early and I will sit out here and I will watch and I will wait to see the parents that pick that child up. And the minute I find them, I'm going to tell them exactly what's going on if you don't take care of it. And you know what? Never again.
Yeah.
I remember him coming home from school and he said, Mom, I don't know what you did, but that lunch lady, I don't know where she went to, but she doesn't talk to that little boy anymore. And I was like, that's right, she doesn't.
I just love how you guys in the chat can like all kind of feel your own ways, but
Yeah.
respect each other for it. And
Me
like I
too.
respect all you guys. I don't really care what you believe in or how you make sense of life after death or the afterlife, anything like that, the universe. As long like you're good people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you guys all
I love
respect
that.
each other. And there
Yep.
has been many, many times when Allie and I have been covering a case, or I've been talking about a case, particularly the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. That case gets people feel very, very strongly about that case. But what I noticed is that you guys will have like a differing opinions and you'll discuss it in the chat, but you never get nasty with one another. You never are disrespectful to each other in the chat or to me or to anybody that I've ever had on panel. And I just want to say that I really appreciate that. I have been all over these YouTube streets and I have seen a lot of things, and I am just so grateful that those things don't happen in here. And and that is because of you guys. I will never forget the time that I had, I think it was one of the bigger chats. It was huge for me. And I want to say there was almost either right at or close to 1,000. It might have been, it might have been another time when there was like 600 or 700 people in the chat. And there was one mod, one.
I remember that.
And you guys were just super cool to each other. And I appreciate that so, so very much.
I remember that because you were like, oh my God, there was so many people there and there was like no mods, no timeouts, no, you know what I mean?
Yes, I was like, whoa. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was so nice. It was so, so nice. Well, Shamita, I had to outsource, babe, because I don't expect for my mods to show up every single time. Like you guys know me, I'm super chill. I'm just like, show up when you can. If you can't, you can't. It's whatever, I love you too, Shamita. I just am grateful for everybody that comes in when they come in, and I don't be stalking you out here on these YouTube streets, trying to figure out where y'all are going. Listen, I didn't like that when I was a kid. Like I didn't appreciate the attendance taking and questioning where I was. How come you were here first, second, and third period and you dipped after lunch? Because I felt like it. That's why, I didn't appreciate it then, and I don't appreciate it now. I wouldn't even answer to that shit, So I'm just glad that we can all do that.
Me too. Cool. And Tiny Dancer, you are so sweet. And let me say, that's the most special thing about working with Jen and like our communities coming together is because they're so similar and they're different. We have our different ways of doing things, but the core is so similar and we just jive so good together. It's really become like one big community with Melissa's channel too, really.
Yes.
And Amber's a couple others, and we're and I love it. I just love it. And I think that, I don't know, you guys are just awesome. It's you guys who are the awesome parts, though.
It really is. And Team Psych Ward, I love you too. And Low Red. Okay. Now listen, there was a little accidente in the chat, and it wasn't intentional that you got timed out and hidden. That was a pocket mod. And so I apologize to you, and you please do not ever be quiet. I want every single person who comes into this chat to understand that I respect the fact that we all have have our own opinion, and we're all entitled to have that opinion. And as long as you are expressing, I can't even talk, expressing that opinion respectfully, then I don't, I want you to express it. The only time I have ever blocked anybody has been the bots that used to come in and drop links. And a couple of parodies of people's names because it's just rude. I have a person that comments all the time on my West Memphis 3 stuff. He is this. I don't know if it's a he. The name is Lawnmower Man or something like that. But this person will every so often just make a comment on one of the videos. It's never nice. He's always rude. He tells me to do research. He tells me that I'm stupid, all that kind of stuff. I have never even blocked him, and I've never even deleted his comment. I let him stay. And sometimes when I'm feeling spicy, I will say something back. Most of the time I don't. I just,
Did you see Teacup's comment? And Music City Mom, I don't think it was you.
No, it wasn't.
But I will say this, listen, I do it all the time. I don't think it was me either, but
no,
it's happened to me many times. It's okay. It is, it is what it is. And we have other mods that are kind of watching, and they'll see if something doesn't look right, like if somebody gets timed out or blocked and they didn't do anything wrong, well, then they know, probably just unhide them or whatever. So
yes,
we get it worked out.
Exactly. So Teacup says, I think we're all drawn here because we saw Jen and Allie as kindred spirits. We're a big community of decent humans. Amen.
I love that.
I love
it. That is so true. And then Maureen says, glad to make a live hello from Ireland. So that's so cool. I haven't seen Maureen. I love when people come and chat when they haven't, chatted a whole lot before. And Nadie, I was wondering if you were here. Rainbow, I was wondering if you were here earlier in my live, because I was just thinking about you. So good to see you.
Yay. Hey, Jaded. Well, I have a ton of videos on the West Memphis 3 case. I need to get back because there's been an update. The Arkansas Supreme Court overruled the lower court's ruling about not allowing for the MVAC DNA testing to go through. And they are going to allow it. So we'll see. The problem with the MVAC testing is that it's what's known as a consumptive test. So once it processes the evidence, so for example, one of the things that they want tested is the shoelaces. So once the testing is performed, the extraction of the DNA or potential extraction, because all they do is extract and then they see if there's DNA. So that the extraction process destroys will destroy the shoelace, in that the shoelace will be intact, but it will never be able to be tested for DNA in any type of way. However, what they have decided is, should they find DNA on any of the items that they're testing, only a small sample is required for comparison. So the much larger sample will be saved and stored in case Jesse or Jason decide that they would like to do some testing as well. So that's the deal with that. So yeah. Oh, Jaden, I have a ton of stuff. And please, let me just say this. Anybody that's interested in the West Memphis 3 case, when I was first starting out, I started out doing them live, and then I started making videos. You have to understand that this was new to making videos, Jen. So there's edit problems. There's some music that might have a volume issue. And my apologies for that. And I've thought about taking them down and redoing them, but then I feel like no, because it just shows where I started and now where I'm at. So that's, but the information in there is the information in there. So there you go. I've done my research, and I tell you where to go find the documents for yourself too in the video so that you can, look for yourself, because I always encourage everybody, don't take my word for it. This is my interpretation of this evidence. You might take something else from it. So I encourage everybody always to do their own research. Absolutely. So yeah. Oh, babe, a million sparkles. You're just being too kind, because some of that stuff, girl. Pitbull, what you doing? How you doing, Pitbull? Oh, you did, Tiny Dancer? You watched my old Pamela Smart video? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are so much. So nice. You guys are too much. You give me the most support, and I appreciate that. So much encouragement. Okay. So, I guess I'm going to end it for tonight. And I probably will be back in the morning to stream. I miss streaming the trial. So I might, let's plan. No, I can't stream the trial in the morning because I got to finish that video, and I cannot stream and do a video at the same time. I'll be back tomorrow night. We've got more calls for sure. But I will figure it out.
Okay.
I will. Did you, Teacup? Wow, I didn't know that.
I love you. And Nay, okay, good. And Jen, I'm going to jump off here. Thank you for having me, but these kids are fighting. And
get a hold of them, Mama. Go get them.
Okay.
I know it cannot be my friend Bentley. Bentley would never do something like that.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah.
No, and it can't be that sweet and sassy little girl either. So it must be neighbor kids. They must be getting rowdy. Go handle it.
All right. I love you. Thank you for having me. Thank you,
You're welcome, babe. Bye. All right, you guys. I'm going to end it. I'll be live tomorrow night for sure, and definitely this weekend, because we need to catch up on all the things that took place this week in the trial. Plus Monday is Karen Reed opening statements. So I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your night. You guys take care, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.